the Internet Safety Education Program, since day one, we have tried to and have strived to find the appropriate spokespersons to bring to the table who would capture the ears and the eyes of the parents, the teachers, the students, civic groups, etc. I think most of you certainly have been here when we've had Shaquille O'Neal here, we've had Eric Estrada here, and we added one for the guys, and that's Kathy Ireland. Now, she has not been here yet, but we're trying to get her here. I see a thumbs up from her back. Tony Sheena, which some of you may have met, again, another actor, mixed martial arts individual. We've just had word from Armand Asante, who is an actor, been around a long time in a lot of movies. He will also be a spokesperson for the Safe Surfing Foundation. But we, as law enforcement types, whether we are sheriffs, troopers, city police officers, or whoever, in general, we just cannot capture the attention of groups, individuals, parents, teachers, kids, like the spokesperson can. The ones that we have, the celebrities that we've had with us. This individual who, excuse me, who is here this morning with us is really is going to add a new dimension to what we're going to be able to bring to the table as far as getting the information out on internet safety and people listening. He's worked with Chuck Norris. He's trained Chuck Norris. Chuck Norris has trained him. They've smacked each other around several times. And they're pine knots, and pine knots, and this is one of the toughest pine knots I've ever had the pleasure of associating with. I'm sure some of you have read the little blurb that we sent out to you, but it's a number of world records that he has set. The one that amazes me the most, all of them do, but the one that amazes me the most is his stand-up paddleboarding. His first one in 2007, he paddled from the Canadian border to Mexico. Then he broke that record last year. Paddled from Key West and came out of the water at Battery Park in New York City. En route, he fought with an alligator. Not hand to hand, but he bit his paddle. He'll tell you the story. He's had encounters with great white sharks off of the coast of California when he was paddleboarding there. He has run from the west coast to the east coast, and once he got to the east coast, I don't know how much rest he had, but probably less than 24 hours, he ran to the New York Marathon. Hall of Fame quarterback Joe Montana has called him probably the greatest athlete that he has ever known. And Tom Jones, he has a unique story to tell in reference to this arena of child sexual exploitation. And we're just delighted. I'm so proud to have him here with us, and as I say, to add this extra dimension to what we're able to take to the public. And with that, Tom, if you would come forward and speak to the press, and like I say, these are all great media people.
Thank you, Sheriff, and thank you for the opportunity to be here today. It's just an honor.
It's my pleasure.
Good morning, everyone. Again, my name is Tom Jones. I have been called Tom Jones Extreme. That separates me from the singer Tom Jones. I very early on in my life realized my dreams as an athlete. I'm a 7-time Thai boxing champion. I have 4 world titles. And after the 7th time they raised my hand, I felt I had an epiphany, and I realized that my athletic ability wasn't all about me, that it should be dedicated to worthwhile causes. I was taken away from my home when I was 10 years old for child abuse, and I was put in a children's home. And during the time that I was in that children's home, I was sexually molested for 4 years by the staff there. And it caused a litany of problems in my life. And when I decided to take my athletic ability and dedicate that to worthwhile causes, I picked abused and neglected kids at first. And I wanted to go out and I wanted to go into environments that were much like the environment that I was raised in, and I wanted to demonstrate through action that because of circumstances and because of whatever may have happened to you along the way, that that's not a reason to be behind some nice lady at the ready teller to do horrible things to them and be happy about it. And so I had done several running events, and I have purchased baseball fields and football fields and playgrounds for abused and neglected kids. And when I was asked to go on USO tour, on Mixed Martial Arts Superstar Tour, I met Sheriff Mike and some other fine officers at the Dulles International Airport. And they had talked with us about what they were doing. And I was immediately interested in getting involved with them, because I know firsthand what these predators can do to a child. And in my words, they're soul stealers. They steal souls. So I wanted to lend my athletic ability and my celebrity status to bring attention to this wonderful organization. So 2 years ago, actor Tony Sheenan and I came down, and we spent a week down here with Lieutenant Harmony and this wonderful organization. And from that point forward, we wanted to become more involved. And we have. And I think that with my unique set of circumstances, it is a perfect fit. Because, again, I know what these predators do to a child firsthand. And I really liked the idea that this particular law enforcement agency was involved with education and enforcement. And to me, that was very attractive. I mean, putting these people away, absolute necessity. Absolute necessity. But bigger than that, I thought that educating and bringing the public to awareness would really help the situation. So I wanted to be more and more involved. And they have been very gracious and not kicked me out the door and made me become more and more a part of it. So one of the things that I also wanted to announce today is that Lieutenant Harmony came up with a great idea. Paddleboarding, which is, people might not know what stand-up paddleboarding is, but it is in fact the fastest growing sport in the world. It is basically, it's an overgrown surfboard that you stand up on, and you have a oar, if you will, a 6-foot oar or bigger, depending on your size, that you propel that board with. It equates to a lot of manual labor. But it is the fastest growing sport in the world. And we were at lunch yesterday, and Lieutenant Harmony said, you know, you ought to think about paddling Smith Mountain Lake. Exactly, and dedicating, you know, doing the awareness, and I was immediately, what fell out of my mouth was yes. And of course, I'm going to have to go out and back that up. And my goal is to raise $1 million for this organization through that type of activity and awareness to it, because I have experienced what these fine men do, and I believe that they're a divine gift to come out and combat these horrible predators. And I believe that that's just the way it works. And those are my personal beliefs. I'm proud to be here today, and I'm proud to lend my athletic ability and my back to these men, because I have seen with my own 2 eyes that they lend their back to the community. And I couldn't be more proud to be here today and be associated with this organization.
Thank you.
Pleasure, sir.
If you want on a one-on-one, I don't know how you want to do it, but Tom will certainly make himself available to you as long as you want. He said he's got a tremendous story to tell, and he told just a real small part of it. But I will, he said we hadn't kicked him out the door yet. I don't know if anybody here could kick him out the door, first of all. But he's a wonderful individual. His heart's in the right place. He means exactly what he says. I know we can count on him. And there's an old saying in law enforcement, if you go into the alley, if you go in with Tom, you both are going to come out, neither one of you are going to come out. And that's the way we feel about him. We know he's there for us. He loves kids. And we're delighted to have him here, buddy.
Thank you, sir.
All right.
100 sites. And I said, okay, so I said that one, and we just picked one, and within 5 seconds, a sexual predator was on the line with us. And that sexual predator, over 45 minutes, had talked what he had thought was a 13-year-old girl through a full sexual experience with an animal. And it was unbelievable. And you have to understand, I've been a victim of this. I've been with these predators, and I was shocked. I was stunned, because maybe 2 or 3 minutes through the interview or online, this person, if you want to call him that, this slime ball, just casually asked, do you have a dog? And I looked at Lieutenant Harmony, and I said, why does he want to know if we have an animal? And he looked at me and he said, oh, this guy is a real bad one. And through that 45 minutes, even I, after having so much contact with these predators, I was shocked. I was shocked. I was shocked. And the internet is a perfect place for them to hide. So, yes, that was very shocking to me.
Let's switch gears a little bit and talk about something we can look forward to, that event on the lake.
Absolutely.
When do you have to do that?
I hope to do that in August. I hope to raise $1 million for these people. And furthermore, I get national press on what I do. So bring it out nationally, get more people involved, and get more people into the solution. Because I believe that overall, people are genuinely good people and want to help and want to have a good society. So that's what I hope to do.
Is there a particular date in August?
Not yet. We just kind of dreamed this up yesterday.
So still in the
yeah,
formative
I'm still
stage.
trying to figure out, okay, yeah. But I'm proud to do it, and I look forward to it. I think that, I can get out on that lake. I can meet and greet people face to face, and do a lot of good for this organization. Anyone else? We'll get to you.
My name is Lauren. I'm from ABC 13
Hi, Lauren.
here. How are you
Nice to meet you.
doing?
I'm great.
I read your bio very quickly. You're a very intense athlete. Can I tell you a little bit about some of your really large accomplishments? I'm sure they're all
In the millennium, I ran 120 marathons in a row across the nation. I ran 26.2 miles a day for 120 days. And on the 121st day, I ran the New York Marathon. And along that route, I stopped at children's homes, like the ones that I had been raised in myself, and I talked to the children face to face, and it was wonderful. So that was a big event that I did. This most recent paddle that I did from Key West to New York City was another big event where I paddled 1,507 miles on basically a piece of plywood with a stick in 90 days. And I was able, that was an environmental issue, to get the plastic out of the ocean. So those were a couple of big ones I've done. I mean, I'm the only human alive that has ever ran a complete marathon, 26.2 miles in the morning, and I had a 5-round sanctioned prize fight that night against my title, and I went over and I took the entire check that I made and I gave it to a children's home. So each and every time I do one of these things, you have to understand that part of the reason that I'm here is to heal myself. I had 2 choices. I could either go out and I could be a menace to the world that was around me, or I could go out and I could take this extraordinary athletic gift that I've been given by God, and I could do the right thing with it. I mean, can you imagine getting up there and saying, you know that great, extraordinary athletic gift you gave me? I squandered it. Can I please still come in? I just knew that, there's very few people that know that they have it, and I believe there's even fewer that know what to do with it. And I feel that I'm blessed that I have this extraordinary gift. I should have no knees. My back should be completely ruined, and on. My body should be done. But I'm in absolute perfect health and want to do more. So I understand that that's a gift, and I understand that to much is given, much is required.